Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We'll start with Jai Radha Madhav. Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Vihar Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Radha Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranda Yamuna Tiravanacha Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranda Tiravanacha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vijana Vallabha Girivara Jaya Radha Vijana Vallabha Girivara Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranya Iravanacha Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranya Iravanacha Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Kunj Bihari Radha Bihari Radha Radha Kunj Bihari Radha जय राधा यशोनंदन राधा यशोनंदन राधा राधा आनंदन राधा यशोनंदन राधा जय जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन जय वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन धाम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम बलराम जय कृष्ण बल कृष्ण बल 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 हरि बोल हरि बोल बोल हरि बोल जय गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद समर्थ भक्त हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we'll be reading from Canto 4, Chapter 13, verse number 48. Srimad Bhagavatam 4:13, 48. विज्ञाय निर्विद्यगतं पतिं प्रजाः विज्ञाय निर्विद्यगतं पतिं प्रजाः पुरोहितमत्यश्रुषुहद्गणादये पुरोहितमत्यशुहद्गणादये विचिक्युर्व्यम् अतिशोककातर विचिक्युर्व्यम् अतिशोककातर यथा निगुदं पुरुषं कुयोगिना यथा निगुदं पुरुषं कुयोगिना विज्ञाय निर्वेद्यगतं पतिं प्रजा विज्ञाय निर्वेद्यगतं पतिं प्रजा पुरोहितामात्यशुहर्गणादय पुरोहितमात्यशुहर्गणादय विचिक्युर्व्यम् अतिशोक कातरा विचिक्युर्व्यम् अतिशोक कातरा यथा निगुदं पुरुषं कुयोगिना यथा निगुदं पुरुषं कुयोगिना विज्ञाय निर्वेद्यगतं पतिं प्रजा निर्वेद्यगतं पतिं प्रजा पुरोहितामात्यशुहद्गणादया पुरोहितामात्यशुहद्गणादया विचिक्युर्व्याम् अतिशोककातरा चिक्युर उर्व्याम अतिशोककातरा यथा निगुदं पुरुषं कुयोगिना यथा निगुदं पुरुषं कुयोगिना. Anyone pause to recite? Okay, we'll continue. Synonyms. Vijnaya, after understanding. Nirvidya, being indifferent. Gatam, had left. Patim, the king. Praja, all the citizens. Purohita, priest. Amatya, ministers. Shruhat, Shurat, Shruhat, friends. Gana Adhya, and people in general. Vichikur, searched. Urvyam, on the earth. Ati Shokakatara, being greatly aggrieved. Yatha, just as. Nigudam, concealed. Purusham, the super soul. Huyogina, inexperienced mystic. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. When it was understood that the king had indifferently left home, all the citizens, priests, ministers, friends, and people in general were greatly aggrieved. They began to search for him all over the world, just as a less experienced mystic searches out the super soul within himself. Purpose. The example of searching for the super soul within the heart by the less intelligent mystics is very instructive. The absolute truth is understood in three different features, namely impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such Kuyogina or less intelligent mystics can by mental speculation reach the point of the impersonal Brahman, but they cannot find the super soul who is sitting within each living entity. When the king left, it was certain that he was staying somewhere else. But because the citizens did not know how to find him, they were frustrated like the less intelligent mystics. Let's recite Mangalacharan prayers together. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्रीराधाकृष्णपदां सहगना श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी शबानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावने वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे विशेषान्यवास्त्यात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं श्रीहरिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरे कृष्ण. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. I seek blessings from all the devotees present on Zoom, online, and in person, and also I seek blessings from all my Siksha Gurus and my spiritual master, so that by their mercy and by their blessing and by the mercy of the garland of Radharani, I'll able to speak something which will help me and which will help you also to attain Krishna, to attain that bhakti towards Krishna and towards devotee. Hare Krishna. So in today's verse, Prabhupada in the purport is taking opportunity to explain everybody that how important it is to perform devotional service and how waste of time it is to do mental speculation, because here in the translation, Maitreya is speaking to Vidura, and Maitreya is describing the distress which King Anga is going through because of his son Vena. Vena, King Anga was very great devotee of Lord, and King Anga was very dharmic, very religious ruler, and he did not do any kind of aparad or any kind of injustice to anybody in this life, but he had some karma lingering karma from the previous life. So that is the reason he did not had any son. But then he performed austerity, a yajna sacrifice to please demigods and to please Lord. And when he pleased them, he got a son, Vena. But the mother was not very religious. The mother was not of good. She was not dharmic. So that is the reason Vena got this bad habits, and Vena was very cruel. Even though when he was playing with his friends in the childhood, just as a game, he used to kill his friends only just in a game. So that much cruel he was. And when he used to come to any when he used to go to any village, the citizens of that village, the people of that village used to get scared and say that, oh, Anga came, please hide yourself. So that much cruel Anga was, very different from his father. His father tried so much to teach Anga, to give Anga good lessons, to teach him how to be well behaved, how to not be like a demoniac. But Anga did not change, and that is the reason it was a cause of distress. Sorry, King Vena did not change. That is the reason it was cause of distress to Anga, and because of that, actually it was a blessing in disguise for Anga. All the attachment the king Anga had with his kingdom, with his family members, with his citizens, with his possessions, even Jai Shri Radha, even with his own self, with his own bodily consciousness, he was able to come out. That is the reason overnight he just woke up, and without saying to anybody, he left his kingdom, he left everything, without even caring about his comforts, without even caring about his body. So sometimes, not sometimes, almost all the times, the suffering which we have in our life is actually blessing in disguise. Otherwise, when we are very happy, we will think that we will be very comfortable in our life, and we will not even become serious in taking up the spiritual path. We will be thinking that whatever I am doing is more than enough. Let me become old, then I will get rid of all my attachment, and then I'll do it. Actually, if we see practically, even in our life, this procrastination is not good. When we are very comfortable and very happy, but we have an exam coming up, if we procrastinate that I am very happy now, let me enjoy this moment, and then I'll study for my exam. I am very happy now. Let me enjoy this moment, and I will apply for jobs later. I am very happy now. Let me enjoy this moment. Then I will take the responsibility of my family members. I am very happy now. Let me enjoy the moment. Then I'll take the responsibility of my soul. This procrastination nature, even in short term, is not good. Then if we procrastinate for very long time, what will going to happen? Even at that time, when the time come, that habit, because of that habit, will procrastinate. But when suffering is there, when you don't have any choice, when there is no other choice except to take the shelter of Lord. At that time, if we are able to take shelter of Lord, then that is the great blessing from and the great mercy from Krishna. Even at that time, people might not able to take the shelter of Lord. They might become averse to Krishna. They might start hating Krishna, saying that I came to temple and put $1 in the hundi. How come I'm getting this distress now? You are not there. You are just a stone. You are this. You are that. They'll keep saying like this. But if in distress, if they are able to take the shelter of Krishna, that means it's greatest blessing from Krishna. Maybe some devotee prayed for them. That is why they were able to take the shelter of Krishna. If devotees pray for them, not only in distress, even in the happiness, at every moment, we will able to take the shelter of Krishna. We have so many examples where people took shelter of Krishna when they were in distress. The best example which Krishna himself speaks to Uddhava in Canto 11 is Avanti Brahmana. Avanti Brahmana was very miser, very rich. He was a Brahman but very miser. He was, in Hindi we say Kanjus and Makhichus number one. So he never never even care for anybody except one person, who? Himself. Except himself, he never cared for anyone else. He, if he even used to trouble his family members, if if a family member spend even 1 cent extra, then it was a cause of trouble for them. Why? Because Avanti Brahmana would not let them live peacefully, even if they spent 1 cent here and there extra. What to speak of other things? So he was so disgust person, and nobody was happy with him. But one day, the mercy of Krishna came in the form of misery. He lost everything. When he lost everything, the Paramatma, the super soul, which Prabhupada is speaking in this verse, the super soul, this Jai Shri Shri Radha Gopijan Labnitai Patit Pavan Gaura. The super soul is very difficult for for uh, for a kuyogina. Prabhupada used that word. It's very difficult for kuyogina. That means a less experienced mystic person to to see super soul within the heart. That super soul, Avanti Brahmana, who was not even a mystic Brahman, who was not even a mystic person, he was a Kanjus, a miser Brahman. Still, he could listen to the voice of super soul. How was it possible for him? How was it possible for that kind of a person to hear the voice of super soul? It was only by the mercy of Krishna. It is not at all possible for anybody except Krishna's mercy. Super soul is not anybody's servant. Except his own desire, nobody can. If super soul wants, if Paramatma wants us to hear, we will hear. But actually, Paramatma wants, at every moment, Paramatma is trying to speak to us. But we are so much happy in our own world that we are not able to listen to Paramatma. But when the distress comes, only by the mercy of Paramatma we'll able to hear Paramatma. So Avanti Brahmana could hear, even though these yogis cannot hear. And Avanti Brahmana heart changed, and Avanti Brahmana became pure devotee, not just any devotee. a pure devotee of Lord. How is it possible? When everybody is cursing him, how is it possible that with all the curses he became the devotee of the Lord? It is only by the mercy of the Lord. He must have performed some or the other, some or the others, even by mistake, a good activity. And Krishna saw only that. Krishna did not see his faults. Krishna saw only that one good activity which he might have performed towards devotees or to someone else in his previous life. Because in this life he was very miserly. So only that helped him to become a devotee. Somebody, actually, somebody was asking me that we are how I am very unqualified. How will I do some things? If Krishna starts looking qualification, then we all cannot do anything. We are all, especially speaking about myself, we are all unqualified. That is the reason Krishna is very merciful. Why we say Krishna is very merciful and Krishna gives causeless mercy? Because he doesn't see any qualification. Like Prabhupada. Prabhupada did not see any qualification. Somebody asked Prabhupada, what is our qualification that we are able to serve you? Prabhupada said, you don't have any qualification. I created your qualification. Similarly, Krishna doesn't see qualification. Krishna creates qualification for us by sending devotees or sometimes by by uh, by the Paramatma voice. So that is the reason this devotional service which directly which we perform to Bhagwan, not impersonal, not to Brahman, not to Paramatma, to Bhagwan, that is the best. Because Bhagwan doesn't see any qualification. Maybe impersonal Brahman sees qualification. He will see that how much tapasya you did, how much hungry you were, how many days you were hungry, how many days, how many bones were visible when you were performing tapasya. Maybe Brahman might see, Brahman might not be that merciful compared to Bhagwan. That is why the Ashtang yogis do so much austerity, but still when they are in the Brahman, they have to come back. Why? Because Brahman is not merciful. Now, Paramatma at least merciful. That Paramatma will give us guidance to go to Bhagavan. So, sorry, Ashtanga yogis are always looking for Paramatma, but the Jnana yogis are looking for Brahman. Jnana yogis, those are looking for Brahman. They are all they are all wasting their time. I am not saying this, Prabhupada is saying this. And even here, who is saying Maitreya Muni is saying to Vidura? Maitreya Muni is saying that this less intelligent mystic yogi who are mental speculator, they try to look Paramatma, but Paramatma is not at all visible to them. So they just reach to Brahman somehow or other. So that is a waste of time. So what we should learn from this, it's better to take shelter of Bhagwan. Even though we might not able to lift a chair in the air with our mental power, even if we are not able to create an apple from an air, from our mental power, but if we are pleasing the Lord, what is the use of that apple and what is the use of that lifting the chair? Lord is in our pocket, so why we need to lift? Like example, the best example, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. I'll take the example of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj did not even perform any Ashtanga Yoga. He was only performing Bhakti Yoga. And in irony, Hiranyakashipu was a great mystic yogi. He could control entire 14 planetary system, but he couldn't control his lust. He could control, he could defeat any demigods, but he couldn't defeat his lust. He could do by his will and wish. If he wants sun to rise in the night, sun will rise. He can control the sun, but he couldn't control his lust. What is the use? He was trying to look Vishnu everywhere. He went to Vaikunt Loka also to look Vishnu. He could go to Vaikunt Loka also to look Vishnu, but he couldn't find Vishnu there. Why? Because Vishnu hid in his heart. Because Vishnu knew that he is a mystic yogi. He will not able to see me in the heart. That's why Vishnu knew that he will never, even in his entire lifetime, will look in his heart and find me. So that's why he hid in his heart. So Hiranyakashipu was the greatest mystic, but in the end was defeated. Prahlad Maharaj was the greatest bhakti yogi. In the end, he was victorious. What kind of victory he got? Did he got 14 planetary system? Did he got gold? Did he got money? Did he got good wife? Yes, he got everything. But on top of that, he got Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that whether he was very weak and meek child, but Krishna was in his pocket. That is the reason Hiranyakashipu also couldn't do anything to him. So that is what Srila Prabhupada is trying to explain here to us in the purport. That, and Maitreya Muni is also indirectly trying to explain to us that it's a waste of time to perform any other devotional service except Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the topmost because Krishna doesn't see any qualification. Even the lowest of the lowest man, if chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they will get immense benefit. The best example in our scriptures is Jagai and Madai. They were they were like an Hiranyakashipu only. They were killing people left and right. They were kidnapping people left and right. They were drinking alcohol left and right. And whenever they get time, they just go out to trouble others. So that was their occupation. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu, they became merciful on them and they became devotees. And then what did they do after becoming devotees? They started serving the devotees. Who could have imagined that a person like Avanti Brahmana, the person like Jagai Madai, can become pure devotees of the Lord? But Lord is singing their glories. Did they had any qualification? No. Krishna doesn't see any qualification. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't see any qualification. Nityananda Prabhu for sure doesn't see any qualification. So we should take their shelter instead of taking the shelter of Brahman. Because Brahman might see qualification. Brahman might not even help us. But Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, will always be there with us. Maybe not directly, but in the form of devotees, in the form of scriptures, in the form of the holy name, in the form of prasad, and in the form in the voice of the devotees. When they speak about Krishna, Krishna is there. When they speak about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there in the form of deities and in the form of association. So that is why we should try to always be in the association of devotees and serve the devotees. Then only, then and then only will able to realize that Krishna is also within our heart. We are not this body, we are spirit soul. We are here not to enjoy this body, but this body is given to us so that we should use it as the instrument to understand Krishna. We should use this body to serve the devotees of Krishna. We should use this body to serve Krishna, and we should use this body to serve Guru. We should not use this body to serve our senses. We should not use this body to serve our mind. We should not use this body to serve our ego, but we should use this body to serve Krishna and his devotees, to serve Guru Parampara. Then, even though we don't have qualification, then we will one day we will able to see Krishna, which even this mystic yogis cannot see. So how hopeful it is in this time of distress. Kali Yuga is for sure time of distress, whether it is today or tomorrow. The time is not be going to be better anytime in future. Until 4 lakh 27,000 years, the time is not going to become better. So what we should do, it will be degrade, it will be keep on degrading for sure. My spiritual master said every moment, the moment which we have now, and the next moment is little more degraded than the moment we have now. So every moment there is a degradation. So 1 year later there will be much more degradation. 10 years later there will be much more degradation. 50 years later there will be much more degradation. So what is our hope in this degraded time? This process of devotional service, chanting of the holy name, hearing the holy name, dancing in the kirtan, and singing the kirtan. So this is our only hope. And even in these bad times, we can go back to Godhead. Like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj was constantly under inauspicious time because of his father. But even in that inauspicious time, everything was auspicious for Prahlad Maharaj. Similarly, for the devotees, maybe surroundings are not auspicious, maybe the time is not auspicious, but the holy name is ever auspicious. Just by chanting the holy name, you are purifying yourself and you are purifying your surroundings, you are purifying the people around you, and you are purifying the whole world. So, the greatest good we are doing to the world is by chanting the holy name. And by because of this chanting at so many parts of the world today, there is some hope that not only devotees but even those people who doesn't know about Krishna, at least just by walking, they heard somebody is doing kirtan and they heard accidentally the name of Krishna, they will go back to Godhead. What to speak of those devotees who are constantly trying to glorify Lord? We are recently we started doing this Sankirtan movement and book distribution. We are going like every day in that UFM Ann Arbor, that Nichols Arcade, or at Michigan Union. There our Thomas Prabhu, Balwan Nitai Prabhu was singing. I was playing mridanga, and whoever comes, we are just singing. If we see somebody interested, we are giving them book. So we were doing kirtan. One person suddenly came and he was saying, he was an American, he was not at all Indian, he was American, and he said, wow, like he said, whoa, you guys are here again. I thought you guys are dead, but how come you guys are still, after so many years, I'm seeing you? When you said you guys, he was meaning Hare Krishnas. So he was a aged man, he was maybe in his 70s or whatever. He was so much surprised looking at, hearing at this Hare Krishna Kirtan. He said, whoa, you guys You guys came again. Like he meant that, oh, you reincarnated or what? Because he did not hear this name for a long time and suddenly is hearing, he was shocked and surprised, but actually he was very happy. He told us that when in 1960s, when there was kirtan, when this Hare Krishna singing was going on the street, on the roadside, I once went and I stood there. I felt it very nice. They gave me a cookie. I ate it. I felt it very nice. So he was appreciating that to when in the month of Kartik. And in the month of Kartik, he came again and he heard the holy name. So is there any doubt that he is going back to Godhead? No. There is no doubt that he is going back to Godhead. So that is why, just with or without our knowledge, when we are chanting this holy name, somebody is there. We are actually helping somebody to go back to Godhead with or without our knowledge. Why? Because Krishna doesn't see any qualification. If Krishna started seeing qualification, then what to speak of others? At least I cannot go back to Godhead. But because Krishna doesn't see any qualification, everybody who is hearing his name, everybody is chanting his name, are going back to Godhead. So that is what I want to speak on today's verse. So it's already 9:14, so I want to end. Anybody have any questions or anybody wants to discuss anything? We can discuss, otherwise we'll end here. Anybody have anything? Anybody have anything on Zoom? If nobody have anything, then we'll end here. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm ending now. Mancha kalpatarubhishcham kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavya namo namo. Ananta koti Vaishnavi Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I'm ending now. Hare Krishna.